Okay, it's been a minute since I've gone live. Um, so here we are. I'm about to add Yolexia wherever you are. Please join. This is an interview for First Generationerz with Yolexia. We had a small issue on Google Meet, so here we are. Yolexia, if you see this, please tap in and join the live. Once again, this is for First Generationerz. I'm going to be talking to Trinidadian-Panamanian, Brooklyn-raised and born artist Yolexia. So whenever you're ready, please join. Let me try to add her in, actually. All right. No. It's been so long. I think it's been like 5 years since I've gone live. It's crazy. How's everyone doing today? All right, so if you're just joining, this is for First Generationerz. I had some issues on my other account for this interview, so I'm going to do it here. Yolexia, you joined? Okay, cool. I think you have to request to call me, and then we can get started. Okay, there we go. All right. There we go. I'm excited. Okay. And hopefully, no? Okay. It's been like 4 or 5 years since I've been on live. It's been a minute. Yay! We made it happen. Okay. Thank you for your patience. Oh my God. Okay. How are you feeling? You look beautiful, by the way. Amazing.
Thank you. You too. You
Thank
too.
you. Yeah.
I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm good for the most part. I'm grateful.
Yeah.
Wait, so is my audio okay?
You're good. Is mine okay? Because I know it could like chip in, chip out sometimes.
I hear you.
Okay,
Everything's
cool.
good.
All right. So today I am joined by Yolexia. Um, Funny enough, I don't think we're gonna get into the background story, but I think I should.
We known each other for a
For a
while
long time,
now.
high
Like, that's
school. Since
crazy.
high school.
Yes, for a long
A long time.
time.
We're grown adults now, like from babies to like adults.
Exactly. That's wild. Isn't
Wow.
it crazy that high school is so long ago now? Like,
Listen, don't give away our ages. Like, let's not. Let's not do that.
it wasn't that long ago, but
It wasn't. But
it
if
felt
you
like it was yesterday. Like,
literally,
like at least a good 5 years ago.
no,
Like,
literally, yeah, honestly. But
crazy.
I would love, I was telling people before you joined, I was saying that I'm going to be joined by you today. You are a Brooklyn born and raised Trinidadian Panamanian music
Yes,
artist,
yes.
hairstylist, dancer, model. Is there anything else I left out before we get started?
Overall, businesswoman. I would
Businesswoman.
like to say that. Yeah.
Cannot forget to add that businesswoman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
business.
And today, since I couldn't join my First Generationerz account, I decided to do it here. But
Right.
thank you for everyone for joining. And yeah, let's get into the conversation. As I mentioned, you are a well-rounded creative, as I like to put it under the umbrella. And as a music artist, I want to start there. Where do you get your inspiration for, your songs and just anything in that realm?
Well, I'm definitely inspired by anything that inspired me in my childhood. So like for example, people always ask me, what am I currently listening to?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm stuck in the early 2000s, 1990s. Like I listen to 70s, 60s, 40s. So I pull back from the greats, like the foundation of music when live instruments was a thing. Like, and you had to know how to sing, how to play an instrument in order to even be in the music industry or considered a performer or entertainer or singer, you know? So that's where I get my inspiration from, like the things I grew up with. And now, like if I'm looking for anything new, I'm searching for something old, most likely, like from way back. So, and every once in a while, if I happen to stumble upon like a new artist that's fire, I'll be like, all right, okay, cool. But I always go back and dig back into the crates of like the OGs, the foundation of music. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And who are some of the OGs that you like look up to that you just have mentioned?
Oh, it's too much. Like the other day, someone had asked me like who were my favorite rappers, and I'm not gonna lie, it's just I don't have any favorites, but I do have a lot of people I look up to. So first thing first, Missy Elliott,
Cool.
like Lauryn Hill, Jill Scott, Music Soul Child, Eartha Kitt, Tupac, Ludacris, Little Kim, Foxy Brown. It's just so much. Like, I just love music. La India. I don't know if you know who that is.
I don't.
That's
Yeah.
like a Latin artist from way back in the day. I like Selena. Um, and like just so much. Like I love hip hop. I love R&B and soul. It's what I grew up with as a child, just hearing in my household, like Mariah Carey, all of that good stuff, like
Yeah.
the greats.
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
And do you feel like with a lot of the artists that you just mentioned, and just overall growing up in Brooklyn, growing up with this multicultural background, do you feel like your culture, or even like growing up in New York City, did that influence any of your work?
Oh, absolutely. Like absolutely. My culture. I'm surprised I didn't. Well, I also didn't mention like the soca that I grew up to too, like dance hall and
Big
shit
part
like that.
Trinidad
Absolutely,
girl.
I forgot. I totally forgot about that. That's wild. But yeah, like growing up, for example, I remember going to parties, right? And like just hearing like the classics, like you will always hear these staple songs always playing back then, like for example, head time, get my melody on,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
stuff like that, like I love that. Growing up, my mom used to have me play with her in a Labor Day parade in Brooklyn. So um, that's what I started off dancing before singing. Like I used to dance a lot. So yeah, my mom used to have me join her in the Labor Day parade, the adult Labor Day parade. And I used to love it. I used to love putting on the costumes. I used to love dancing in front of all of these people. So that encouraged me to like dance more, and it boosts my confidence to be able to dance in public and everything. Um, like being from Brooklyn, it's just like growing up. They used to always have like these dances, like the Harlem Shake, for example, the chicken noodle soup, shit like that. So that definitely inspired me in my style and how I come off, like however I come off. I feel like I'm just like a New York, a straight raw New York, Brooklyn chick. I don't know, like mixed with West Indian, Afro Latina. Like I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
not a plain simple girl. I've never been, and I always loved that about me. I always loved that I wasn't only a Black American, but I also had like some culture in my blood, and I always embraced that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, definitely well-rounded. And I think it definitely comes from your culture, like the multi-ethnicness, and then growing up in Brooklyn, there's so many different people in the city, truly a melting
yeah,
pot. And I feel like your career definitely mirrors that in many ways.
yeah.
Do
And
you
I'm
feel like, go ahead, sorry.
and I feel like you said that you feel like my career mirrors it, but I feel
Mhm.
like I'm just touching it. Like, cause I
Oh,
don't, yeah, I feel like I'm just touching it. I feel like I want to go deeper. I feel it's crazy because whatever I put out
mm-hmm.
is just what I am. So
Yeah.
if it ever was reflected that I'm half this or half that, that's
Mm-hmm.
just because I naturally did it. But
Yeah.
now I feel like I want to be more intentional with sharing my culture.
Yeah.
So I respect that whatever I did put out already reflects that. So
Yeah. What do you
yeah.
think that would look like for it to like go deeper and reflect more of your culture so we can see that side of you more?
Yeah, I would say, like, for example, when I listen to my music, when I listen to music from my Trinidadian side,
Mm-hmm.
one main instrument that's really big and that Trinidad invented was the steel pan, for
Yeah.
example.
Yeah.
So it's like I want to hear those kind of elements in my music, and I have never made like a dance hall kind of soca record. So that's something that I'm like looking to get into.
Yeah.
Um, but by adding the elements of my culture, here and there. I'm still studying like my Panamanian side, like when it comes to music and everything. But I do know that we invented what is it called? Why
Reggaeton? Is it reggaeton?
reggaeton,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
something that I would love to tap into, especially as a Panamanian, because we don't see much Panamanians out here being
Yeah.
recognized for what they invented. Instead,
Mhm.
you see like no offense, like these light skinned Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, like
It's
they
true.
getting no
Yeah.
shine.
Yeah.
So I feel like I want to start representing my culture as an American Panamanian, like in
Mm-hmm.
my music and in my modeling and whatever I do, because it's me. So, yeah.
Honestly, I feel like a lot of your pictures, like there was a photo shoot you did, was it last year? And you had like a bathing suit top on.
Oh,
And it
yes,
was very
yes.
much given like Afro-Latina, like Caribbean queen. I was like, oh, she did that. Yes.
Thank
It's
you.
yeah. I was like,
Yes.
there's no denying. Like somebody sees it like that is a Caribbean woman right there.
And I did that in my old hood that I used to live
Okay.
in. So, yeah.
Beautiful. Can you talk to me like what is your songwriting process like currently, or I don't know, just like things you used to do in your past. Like, what is that songwriting process like for you?
So, songwriting process for me, um, one, it has to be raw and authentic and true. So if I'm not feeling it, I'm just not writing it. Like I'm not forcing myself to write anything that I'm not feeling.
Yeah.
So I have to get myself in a space of like just being able to feel my emotions and to understand what I'm feeling and what's in my mind, what's in my head, what I want to express from my heart. So yeah, most of the time, I have my book. I started off songwriting with a notebook and a pencil. That's how I used to do my stuff.
Yeah.
And then I slowly started transitioning to like doing it on my phone in the notes. And then I started doing it on my laptop, using Google Docs. But I recently, um, started to feel like I don't know, something was missing. Like my song process, it just wasn't hitting the
Mm-hmm.
way it was hitting. So I had to like step back and like understand what it was. So I was like, you know what? Let me go back to actually writing my music down again, like actually writing it down.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been doing, and it's been feeling good. Because right now I'm working on some new music. I'm writing and everything, and I've been writing it down more. I've been also using my notes,
Yep.
but yeah. But I'm also a poet, so
Mm-hmm.
uh it comes pretty easy for me, like my songwriting, but I really enjoy the beauty of storytelling. So I listen to like some greats when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to storytelling, like Slick Rick, for example. He's a great storyteller.
Yep.
So I just been like studying, doing my research on like how to become a better storyteller by studying like the old hip hop heads to like get my pen up, like and my storytelling up because I want to tell a story.
Mm-hmm.
And I also want people to feel what I feel. But I don't go too much into that. Like, I don't try too hard, because once you try to do something and make people feel a way, that's when it gets like, it
Like you're
gets like,
forcing it.
yeah,
Yeah.
you forcing it. And I don't like to force it. For me, it's like you either feel it, what I wrote, or you don't. And that's
Yeah.
it. You feel
Yeah.
me? That's how I go about it. But I'm learning in the industry, a lot of people like to make hits. So it's all about hits, and they be trying to write for other people as opposed to just writing from what's like coming from their heart or what they feel. Like
Right.
trying to write some cool shit. But
Mm-hmm.
me, I just like to just keep it simple and write from my heart. But yeah, that's my songwriting process.
Thank you for sharing that.
No problem, Mom.
Was creativity something that you saw like in your own family or even the environment that you grew up in? And can you talk to me about that too?
Wait, repeat that question.
Yeah, I was saying, was creativity like something that you saw in your family or even the environment that you grew up in, and what was that like?
Yeah. Creativity, I would say, growing up,
Mm-hmm.
like my mom, she used to play music all the time when she was home, and that
Mm-hmm.
would usually be like on a Saturday for sure.
Yep.
And I remember her just buying all the latest, hottest CDs. For example, like Ashanti, when
Mm-hmm.
that came out, I remember just seeing like the CDs on the stove and her like just playing it. And my older brother, he used to play a lot of music too. And I grew up in a generation of having CDs.
Right.
So like everybody had their own
Yeah.
collection of CDs. You feel me?
Exactly.
Like you had your own style, you had your own personality. So my mom had her set of CDs, and for the most part, my mom used to buy like the hottest, latest tracks that was out, and then she used to buy a lot of neo soul. And I used to hate
Mm-hmm.
that when I was like younger, because it used to be boring to me. Like I was
Yeah.
like, but it's crazy because now I love it.
You are very
Um,
neo soul, so I'm like, isn't
it's
that funny?
crazy.
It's not like ironic, like you didn't like it then, but now it's like that's
It's
you're very neo soul.
wild.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
crazy.
Yep.
And then my brother, like he had like this collection of CDs, and he had like shit like Eminem and No Doubt. Like this is rock music and like
Yeah.
different shit. And
Hmm.
I was like, okay, this is cool. So I used to like listen to his stuff.
Yeah.
Um, and just being half Trinidadian and half Panamanian, like besides the music, like style wise, fashion wise, like my mom used to buy me a lot of jewelry. I used to get a lot of jewelry from like Panama,
Hmm.
and it used to be like really different. It used to be like these gold jewelry that was like shaped as flowers and stuff,
Mm.
and I used to hate it because it was so different. And
Yes.
as a kid, you want to
You
stick
want to
in.
fit in. You want to fit in.
Yeah,
Like
you
you're
want to fit
standing out
in.
with this random jewelry from Panama.
Right. So I used to hate it, but
Yeah.
now I wish I had those shits. I wish I had it. But
Right.
so that's like stuff like this. That's why I like to wear earrings like this now,
Yeah.
because it reminds me of my childhood, like what I used to get, like what
Hmm.
I used to be given and I didn't appreciate, but now I appreciate it because it's unique. It's
Yeah.
me, it's my culture. So I like to embrace that. So yeah. I
Yeah.
think I answered the question.
No, you did. You definitely did. Absolutely did. Is there anybody that you can think of who encouraged or even helped develop your creativity in like I don't know if it's your family or school or just anywhere?
I would say definitely school,
Okay.
because when I first discovered that I could, first of all, it was like just community. So I started off dancing. So I used to dance a lot. So, I used to go to a lot. I used to go to a lot of birthday parties, and
Mhm.
birthday parties they used to have dance competitions. So I
Yep.
used to love me some
Good
dance,
times. Those
and you earn some
and
money.
you win money.
What? I'm
Yes.
dancing. I'm not only am I dancing, I'm beating whoever I'm going against because
Literally.
I'm getting that money. Like,
Yes. I
so
remember those days too. Yeah.
so that was like an early dance battling phase for me.
Yeah.
But I never dance battle. But that encouraged me to dance and show my personality more. And then it was school. I discovered that I could sing like around 9 because I was just singing, and I started singing in school, and they encouraged me. Like, ironically, it wasn't a performing arts school, but it was a school that embraced the arts because they had music class, they had dance class, they had a choir. It was crazy. Like, they really shaped my artistry, like the arts that was in me, like my singing and everything.
Good.
So that encouraged me to just sing and just show anybody who will listen or perform in any shows that was being thrown. Um, and I would say my brother too, like my brother, my older brother, definitely, he used to put me on to like a lot of music, and he just encouraged, like, once he understood that, once he found out I could sing, like, he was a big supporter of me, and he would just tell me to listen to this, listen to that. He's the one who suggested a song, a Spanish song, for me to learn that I still sing to this day, La India. Me me dio venganza. Me me dio venganza. I think that's what it's called. So yeah, and my mom too. My mom always like encouraged me, even though she was like a single mom. She couldn't do much, but any audition that I wanted to go to, if she could attend, she would bring me to my auditions, and she would just be proud that she had a daughter who could like sing and do all of this. So
That's beautiful. So you had support there. You had like people actually in your family nurturing and that pushing you and supporting you.
absolutely. I mean, there would be times when I was singing in the house and my mom would be like, "Shut up,"
Shut up,
but
no, right. Fact.
where she would be like, "Shit, be quiet, shut up." I was like, "Damn." But other than that, like, she was very supportive for sure.
Good.
Very.
That's amazing. And then you ended up going to a performing arts high school. Look at that.
Exactly.
Look at that.
Yep. And she was there to support me too, my mom.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And when you were younger, did you do any like talent shows locally or like anything like that?
yeah, I did. My mom had one day she introduced this opportunity to me called the House Jackson Beauty
I don't know.
Competition. You ever heard of that?
No, is it like a pageant kind of situation?
Yeah, so it's like a pageant kind
Okay.
of
Yeah.
show, and you showcase your talent. So
Mm.
I remember going on an audition for that. I was like 14 years old,
Wow.
and my mom told, yeah, we went together,
Mm-hmm.
and we was late. My mom is a late girl. We were late as usual. So I was like
But
one
you
of
made
the,
it. You made it.
I made it.
You made
I
it.
made it. So I was like one of the last people to like really audition. So shit, I probably was 13. I was 13 around that time.
Okay.
So yeah, I auditioned and I got in, and it was like one of those things where you had to prepare for the show. So
Mm-hmm.
like they had us come in and we had to learn a dance, and we also had to practice the song that we were going to perform for our special talent.
Yeah.
So that was like one of those special shows that I was in. Unfortunately, I did not win. I did not even make third, second place, but it was a cool experience. It's crazy because somebody from our high school, right? She was
Oh.
like, "I saw you in that show," and I was like, "What show?" She was like, "The Hal Jackson show." I was like, Are you
Wow.
serious? Like,
Wait, so
that's
was it
crazy."
was it
Meanwhile,
like
I was trying to be
recorded?
low key, and she was like, she had
Right.
something. That was so
Was
funny.
it recorded for TV or like it was just like an in-person kind of thing?
I guess it was only an in person because I never saw it. Like, I never saw it.
Okay.
I wish I had opportunity. I wish I had moments like that to hold on to. Like, there's
Yeah.
no moments of me like when I used to dance or when I used to sing in videos from younger. Like, there's no recordings of me, and that's crazy because I used to always dance, always sing. I would have loved to have that, like, for my archive. Like, that would have been a beautiful sight to see, but unfortunately, I don't have that.
To me, it's so crazy because we grew up in like a digital, well, when it was becoming more of a thing. So you would think like, your mom would have a camcorder or like pictures, like, even if it was like, what do you call those ones that you like have to print out the
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 Polaroid.
Polaroids, yeah, you would think like
Yeah.
even things like that.
Like my mom,
Yeah.
she definitely captured a lot of moments, and we have photos,
But,
but for some reason there's no photos of like me in action of like dancing or singing.
wow.
Like even the event I just told you about, I don't even have any photos from that. Like
But it's just like in your memory. It's
it's
just like
just in my
better.
memory. It's
Yeah.
literally in my memory. But like you said, I wish I had like something physical to show, because I definitely was doing this for a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Like
It's not like random thing that you were like, oh, today I want to be a singer. You were like, no, I was
nah.
doing this.
It was
At
like
this point.
since like 6 years old, I was always dancing. Like, and I was put into private school,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was taken out of private school at 6 years old, like first grade, and I was transferred into public school because my
Okay.
mom couldn't afford to pay for private school.
Yeah.
But even in private school, at a very early age, I was already doing like tap dancing, African dancing,
Oh,
like. I was already, people were already like polishing whatever I was already showing.
yeah.
So I've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, yeah. It started
Yeah.
from young, honestly.
Word.
What are some of the cultural aspects that you grew up on, and how did those things shape you into the person and creative that you are today, that we see today?
Cultural aspects.
I know
I
you
would,
mentioned like the steel pan and like listening to music in your house. Like anything else
yeah.
you think of?
I would say one, being from New York and being born in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Like I always felt like a mini gangster. So it gave me like confidence to just always be myself and not care about what anyone thinks and
Yeah.
to just do me.
Yeah.
Um, and also just being Trinidadian too. Like my Trinidadian family, they're really vocal. Like they don't hold back their tongue. They just say what they say. They really loud. Um, so that always encouraged me to like just be myself and say what I want and do what I want and be who I am.
Yeah.
And yeah, like it's just so fresh being from New York, period. Like because one, even if you're not mixed with anything, you're literally in a cultural pot. Like so even if you're just straight American, a black straight American, it's like you're still picking up culture, even
Yeah.
if
All
that's not
around
in
you.
your blood. So
Yeah.
it's just being born in New York, period. It just makes you a fly ass person. Like you just seeing everything. Even if you don't intentionally do things, like you just adopt the behavior or the habit and it becomes a part of your style, like the way
Yeah.
you talk, the way you dress, certain things, like yeah, how you dress, how you talk, how you present yourself, like just being street smart.
Heavy on the street smart. Yep.
Yeah,
New York
like
City would definitely make you street smart for sure.
like
Yeah.
even if you soft, like it would literally make you a
Smart.
gangster because
Yeah.
you
No.
can't,
Yeah.
because if you don't protect yourself, if you don't stand up for yourself, you're
It.
just gonna get walked over.
Yep.
So even if that's not even in your blood, because for me,
Hmm.
um, like I said, I started in private school, so I was a little bougie girl. Like, and there was cattiness amongst the girls, but there was never any fighting. It
Good.
wasn't until like public school when I was transferred there where I had to learn how to defend myself and be like, okay, I'm not pussy. I'm sorry. I don't know
Yeah.
what you said, but
Yeah.
I gotta defend myself. I gotta fight for myself. So just things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was a great answer.
Yeah.
And going back to the people who may have just joined, Yolexia is Trinidadian-Panamanian, grew up in Brooklyn, and for people who may not know what it's like growing up with a mixed background, can you just talk to us about what that looks like and what that even felt like growing up?
Um, for me,
Yeah.
honestly, I loved it. Like I said, I loved that I wasn't just a Black American, but I was also mixed with Trinidadian and Panamanian blood. So I always loved it.
Mm-hmm.
How it was growing up, for example, in New York and Brooklyn, honestly, it was cool because,
Yeah.
like I said, New York is like a cultural pot. So, for example, in my neighborhood, I grew up in Flatbush.
Yeah.
So that's like a mini West Indian kind
No,
of
literally. Like,
neighborhood. So
like every single nation you could think of is in Brooklyn.
literally, literally.
Yeah.
So it low key felt like I was already
You're home.
like where my family was from.
Mm-hmm.
So it was easy to maneuver, and it just felt like home.
Yeah.
But I do remember just being around when I was like around my American friends who is just like American. Like
Yeah.
sometimes I would eat certain foods and they would be like, "What is that?"
Yeah.
For example, I remember not too long ago, I was telling a person about what a roti was. I think he's Dominican though.
Okay. Okay.
And he was like, "Oh, that's that thing that looked like a burrito." And I started laughing
I
because
guess so. Yeah.
a
It's like
roti
a
looking like
thinner.
a
It's
burrito is
much thinner.
what, right?
It's so much thinner. Yeah.
Yeah, a roti looking like a burrito being explained
Crazy.
as a burrito is crazy. So
Right.
I
I've
started
never heard somebody say that. That's funny.
But stuff like that, like when I used to eat certain foods, I remember coming in school one time and I used to eat like sawfish and bake is something that you eat in the morning.
Yeah.
So I had came inside the school building eating that, and my principal was like, "What is that? What are you eating in the morning?" And I was like, "A sawfish and bake." And I was looking at her like she crazy because like, how don't you know what this is? Like,
Yeah.
but you know, if you're not West Indian or you don't grow up with certain things, how would you know?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, stuff like that.
Okay, so people who don't know what sawfish and bake is, can you explain to them what it is? Because I feel like there's people in our life that are like, "What is she talking about? What is that?"
So sawfish and bake is first of all it's a meal. It's well, would you consider a meal?
Yeah. I,
Yeah.
yeah.
Even though it's not a sandwich, but
No.
it compares to a sandwich. Like it equals to
Yeah.
a sandwich to filling you up. So
Exactly.
sawfish and bake is basically a bake. So it's baked with flour. It's really fluffy and soft and moist and nice. And then inside of the bake, you put the saltfish, which is codfish,
Yep.
seasoned up with some tomatoes, onions, and if it's done right, it's really juicy. So
Hmm.
it makes it tastes good. It's like
Yeah.
a it's like a legit it's a solid breakfast that you
Yeah.
could eat for breakfast. But you could also eat it for lunch and you could also eat it for dinner. But for me, my family, we saw it as like a breakfast thing. Um,
Yeah.
so like even like what you call it, like the codfish and provisions.
Yeah.
But I learned that the ackee is from Jamaica.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I like it with the ackee. I can't
That's
just
good.
eat it with
Yeah.
codfish. Like I need some
Yeah.
ackee in my shit. Like
Do you
so
guys
like
ever put like butter beans in it? Because I know sometimes like we don't just always have aki and like Jamaican food. We sometimes have like butter beans and like the sawfish. Like, do you ever do it like that too?
it's crazy. No, I never did it with the
Okay.
butter beans. Like butter
Yeah.
beans will only be in like the oxtail,
Right.
like
Yeah.
with the gravy to
Mhm.
make it nice and thick. Like
Yes.
you know, like I don't know, but I never did it with the butter beans and coffee. That sounds
You
good.
should try it. It's really good with some tomatoes and onions, all the things you mentioned before. Just put that in. That's a breakfast meal
Ooh,
with the
okay, I'm
bake.
trying
Yeah.
that. I'm
It's pretty
trying that.
good.
Okay.
I know that we're talking about food. We're probably getting hungry. But besides the food, what are some other things that you appreciate about your culture? And is there anything specific that you're proud of?
um. So my Trinidadian side,
Hmm.
I would say it's crazy because I still feel like I'm learning it. And
Hmm.
I really, honestly, I really can't wait till I'm given the opportunity to just go out there and stay out there for a long time to like
Yeah.
really soak in the culture.
Hmm.
But as far as for culture and what I got and what I received while in the States and being in New
Hmm.
York and Brooklyn, um, I would say I just admire their strength. Like
Yeah.
when I look at my Trinidadian side and their personality, like I said, I mentioned it before, they helped me with my confidence. It's just the way that they held themselves up. Like it's like they moved like couldn't be unstopped. They were like unstoppable. Like
Yes.
they moved with confidence. They moved with their heads high, and I don't know, like they were just always tough to me. And also, on my Trinidadian side, my grandfather, and my grandmother, when they first came to New York, they brought a house, and the house is still there to this day in Brooklyn. So, and on top of that, they also started like a restaurant, a business. So they were entrepreneurs when they came. So even that inspires me. And how I move today and me wanting to be a businesswoman, because I know that my grandparents, my grandfather in particular, because he was the one who made things happen. It was, and apparently he couldn't read. So
Wow.
he did all of this, like he was doing all of this in the States when he first arrived. And it's like, wow, if he could do that without having like a lot of education and not being able to read and all of these things that you should know how to do if you're starting a business or if you're in a business. It's like he did that. He did those things without. He did those things with lacking education. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like I have no excuse to like go after what I want to go after and
Right.
build what I'm building. It's possible. It's possible. Like if my grandfather can do it, I can do it. So
Yeah. Yeah. Even with his limited access to certain things like education.
right,
And
right,
you, like you said, you went to private school, you went to high school, you did all the things on paper. So it's very much possible for you too. I'm glad
yeah.
he set that foundation. Is he still with us, like in the physical realm, or?
Unfortunately, unfortunately, my grandfather passed away the same year I was born, and
Oh,
I was like in the '90s, like early
yeah.
'90s. So I never got a chance to build a relationship or meet him. It's crazy because I say I don't have grandparents
Yeah, yeah.
because not to get too personal, but like one thing a very interesting uh thing I noticed about families who are immigrants that live in the States,
Mm-hmm.
um it's very rare for them to stick together.
Yeah.
But if you was to go back home, like everybody would be
We're like
solid. Like,
this. We're like this.
right.
Yeah.
But for some reason, when in the States and you have your family that comes from another place, like for me, for example, Trinidad,
Mm-hmm.
like it was always fighting. It was a lot of fighting. It was love there, but it was a lot of boundaries that were crossed and a lot of disrespect and just like unhealthy loving, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So unfortunately, like I didn't really grow up with grandparents. So and that's another reason why I never really got to really explore my culture as deeply as I wanted to, because I only got pieces of it. Like it wasn't like I was deeply involved in it. Like at least for my Panamanian side,
Yeah.
my Trinidadian side, I used to have a lot of family. I grew up in a house that my grandfather brought, so I used to have a lot of family from my Trinidadian side come through and chill and stay there. So I got to experience my Trinidadian side more so than I did my Panamanian side. But like I said, it was like a lot of fighting, a lot of unhealthy stuff coming from both sides. So it
Yeah.
was never no break. And unfortunately, like my grandmothers, they're still living to this day, but I don't have a relationship with them. And I never got to meet none of my grandfathers. So I really didn't grow up with like grandparents that came from these places that I'm from. So the only culture that I got was from my mom or from my cousins or my aunts that were around. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
You mentioned a really good point about the separation that happens. I've also noticed that too. Like, I still have a lot of family back home in Jamaica. My sister and my brothers there too as well. And
Oh
I
wow,
didn't
really?
realize,
They
yes,
grew up
I
there?
have five brothers technically. I have my parents have 6 kids together. My dad has 2 other children. So I still have like a big family in Jamaica. And to your point, like a lot of times when you come to the States, we're all like so busy and like we don't have time and like it's very individualistic. But when you go back home, it takes one phone call and everybody's at the house, my grandmother's house, like eating together, gossiping, talking, like laughing, and it's like I feel the love. But in the States, I'm like, okay, where's my family? Like,
it's crazy, right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't know if it's because maybe the pressure of
I
just
think so.
living in the
I think so.
States.
Yeah, I think so.
But it's also sad that the power of the love from the family is not enough,
No,
to just keep it together. So
no.
yeah, yeah, that's a good topic to explore and research
Yeah,
because it's
I
a
will.
lot.
No, I will. The separation that happens when you leave your homeland, because it's a big separation that happens. But
Yeah.
that's why I'm having these conversations, because I feel like we're separated just by being first or second generation. Like we're already separated. Even if you're an immigrant, you're coming here. My cousins, a lot of them came here young, and I'm really close to them. But it's like there's that separation they had from like being young, growing up in Jamaica, now coming here. It's like their childhood is so different. So yeah, yeah. Um, are there any gems or things you can share that people might not know about Panamanian or Trinidadian culture?
So I can share like a history
Yeah.
fact with Panama. So
Okay.
that I'm learning that I just realized. So growing up on my Panamanian side, I remember like just hearing, like, for example, when my father used to talk or when my grandmother used to talk, they would talk with like a West Indian accent, like a Trinidadian or Jamaican accent, right?
Yes, yes.
Turns out that, okay, the reason why they talk with this accent and then they bust out speaking Spanish is because most of the people in Panama
I'm Jamaican.
are Jamaican.
Yep.
Like for
Yep.
my grandfather, my father's father, which is my grandfather, he was Jamaican, but he lives in Panama.
Mm-hmm.
And for the longest, it's crazy because people used to ask me, "Are you Jamaican?"
Like,
And I'd be like,
yeah.
"No, I'm not Jamaican,"
But you.
because I was like, I used to grow up because my mom is Trinidadian and my father is Panamanian. You
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
And growing up, I wasn't really around my Panamanian side as much. Like I didn't spend that much time to like really get to know them like that much. I used to be over by my grandmother like probably random weekends and I would stay there, but she never really taught me about anything about our culture.
Another
But
topic we need to explore right there. Like, what happens? Why you don't teach us? You know, what's going on? Yeah.
like for example, my father he never spoke a lick of Spanish to me.
Wow.
He never encouraged me to like speak Spanish, but I used to watch him speak Spanish, and then he would speak English. Like he will always only speak English to me, never speak Spanish. Even my grandmother never speaks Spanish to me, just English. Like never tell me anything about Panama. Like the only reason why I know about Panama mostly is because of my brother, my older brother. But like my father, he didn't do his job with like introducing Panama to me. But yeah, like found out that his father is Jamaican, so that makes me Jamaican too in my blood. But growing up, I never knew that. Like I never knew that. I just thought I was Trinidadian and Panamanian. So and also the reason why a lot of Panamanians are Jamaican is because a lot of Jamaicans had came to Panama in search of jobs and
Yep.
to help build the Panama Canal. So that's how they ended up in Panama.
Yep.
So I like that history, and I'm still learning. Like, and I think that's so cool. Like, it's crazy. So that's from my Panamanian side, and from my Trinidadian side, what's a gem? I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm still learning, but I did some research yesterday. I was reading randomly because I just read random stuff like for history.
As you should.
And I found out that Tobago, like in the 1700s, I don't know if that makes it the 18th century, but in the
Yeah.
1700s, the governor of Tobago, he was basically a slave trader. He was a slave trader, and it's just so. And I know, like, a lot of the West Indies were colonized by like the Europeans and everything,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just so wild because, for example, like I said, I want to spend time in Trinidad and
Yes.
Tobago when I do get the chance to. But when I think of these places, I just think of black culture, you know? I don't think of anything else. And it's just wild that centuries ago, like years ago, that this land that's like inhibited by a lot of black people was actually governed by like a freaking slave trader. Like, it's
Well,
wild. That's
for,
why it's important to like do your research and do your read history, learn your history. Don't just be out here talking about, oh, I'm Trinidadian, oh, I'm Jamaican, oh, and you
right.
don't know shit
Yeah,
about their
black
history.
culture.
Like, you just repping the flag,
Yep, yep.
like, and know nothing about it. Like, it's better when you actually know your history. Like, it's more, and also it's more than just going out to your country and partying. Like,
Mm-hmm.
explore it, understand the history. Like, just go to a museum, go do something else. It's not all about smoking, it's not all about drinking, it's not all about eating. Like, actually learn
Yeah.
about your ancestors and how it came to how the civilization is operating the way it is because of how it was ran back then. Like, do your
Literally.
research, do your history. Like,
Thank you for saying that because I've also been thinking about that a lot too. It's like as somebody who is, I definitely claim Jamaica 100%,
mm-hmm.
but realistically, I was born in the States. You know, that's not my choice. That wasn't my choice. But to your point,
Exactly.
it is up to me now to ask questions to whether it's my parents, my brothers, any of my siblings. Do the historical research, like you said. Like not just wave the flag. Like I'm Jamaican, but like, what do you know about
Yeah.
this country? What do you
Yeah.
what are you doing? Besides the stereotypes of like, oh, Jamaicans love smoking and we love to dance, like, what else is there to your culture than that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I encourage all of you to do the same in this live who are watching.
Go deeper. Go
Go
deeper.
deeper. Yeah, go deeper yourself. Yeah. Um, I know we're going to wrap up pretty soon, but I just wanted to really ask you two more questions. What are some lessons you've picked up in your upbringing that you feel like you are living today in this moment?
um, it's crazy. It's a lot of lessons. It's a lot of lessons that I picked up. Hmm. I would say to stand up for yourself. Don't be a punk. Um, Speak your mind and stand up for yourself. Like, if you see something that's happening that's wrong, don't be afraid to speak out loud. Um, I feel like that goes back to the confidence thing again. Like, that's just how I saw my family operate, so that's how I operate. Um, it actually got to a point where it's like I talk my mind so much, I speak my mind so much that it's like, you gotta chill. Sometimes some things don't need to be said. You understand?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
um, some things don't need to be said, and yeah, that's that. It's a lot that I picked up, but I can't really recall
At the
a lot. But I would say I'm happy with the way I was raised and what I experienced growing up. Even though it wasn't like always easy, um, I'm proud of like the woman to it made me today. Because my childhood wasn't like easy. And it wasn't easy, and for some reason I was always able to maneuver through the negativity and move gracefully with it to the point where a person could look at me and not even know what's happening,
Yep.
like, in my life. Like, so I don't know. Like, I don't know if that's like a New York mentality mixed with where I'm from.
I think so.
But like, just keep your head up and just keep going. Like, don't, like, if you get knocked down, get back up, dust yourself off and keep it moving. Like,
We don't have time to walk. We don't have time. I think it's that immigrant mentality of like, listen, do you know where I'm coming from? Like, do you what backup bush I had killed, you know? Like, and here you are complaining, like, if you don't shut up. So I feel like it's good and bad because there's times I'm like, I'm just stoic. I'm like, I just got to get through it. And my friends are like, chill, like, you know, you could
yeah.
like breathe and like think about it and like, you know, be sad. I'm like, no, I don't have time. I don't So I feel you. I feel you. And then New York City is very much hustle,
On
hustle,
top
hustle.
of that, like
So we're
with
like,
New York
damn.
City, like it would be different because I wonder how it was for people who were like West Indian, but they were raised in like a more slow pace, like the South, for example. You
Right.
know,
I would love to know. Yeah, because this shit is hard.
intense,
It's
intense.
intense. I live in Syracuse now, and it's much slower. But like some days, I do miss the city lifestyle of like moving fast because it's slow up here. And I'm
Yeah.
like, damn, you need to calm down, like girl, calm down.
Oh, wait. So when you say that you miss the fast pace, it's too much. It's too much slowness. Like, what
It's a little
exactly do you
too
miss?
like quiet. Like I like the quiet sometimes, but I'm like every now and then I want to hear a little like you know
A little car passing by
car
with a
pass, a
tune.
little honking, you know, somebody yelling out the window. I don't know, like I can hear rambunctiousness sometimes.
Oh man,
But
yeah,
before I let you go, I know there's a lot of. I say I don't like to make this political, but what we're doing is very political, especially right now with everything going on with the Trump administration, anti-immigration stuff, ICE, everything like that. Um, with all of these anti-immigration conversations and news out there, is there anything you would say to people who are against, you know, people like you and I who are considered birthright citizens and people who come from families who are immigrant families and why we deserve to be here?
yeah. I mean, the ones who are against the immigration and they think that the people should go back home and be deported and all of that.
Yeah.
I say the audacity because listen, like we all know how the United States of America was founded. You understand? It was founded by immigrants. It was founded by stolen immigrants, okay? And then and then moving forward, whoever came to the United States, like they were also putting in their work to build this country up. And on top of that, if you really want to be technical,
Mhm.
all of us are fucking immigrants, okay? Even the white people, because it's not your shit, okay? So if you want to call anybody an immigrant, look at yourself in the mirror too, because nigga, you stole this shit, okay? It didn't belong to us. It didn't belong to the black people. It didn't belong to the white people. It belonged to the Native Americans, okay? So we are all immigrants. So before you call anybody an immigrant, look at yourself, okay? So I say the audacity of people who say that the immigrants don't belong here. They should go back to their country. And I'm not gonna say that all immigrants should stay because unfortunately we do have some immigrants here who's not like doing the best and making some trouble in the country. I understand that, but in general, like I respect everyone who comes from either part of the world and who
Yes.
comes here to make a home for themselves, to make a better life for themselves. They deserve a chance to build themselves up in this country. I don't understand why people are being chased out and people are being treated um disgusting disgustingly
Yeah.
and with such force,
Hmm.
like they're animals. It's just really, it's heartbreaking. It's unbelievable. It's hard to even see that this is our reality,
Yeah.
but it's America.
And that's how you
what
end
what do
it.
you expect from the United States of America?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And like I say, I was a born American. I don't know. I do understand why people come here to like make a better life for themselves, to earn more money and stuff, but yo, stay home, bro. Like,
If you can, at least if you
if
really
you
can.
can,
And sometimes
because
people
in a
don't want to come
country,
here.
I understand in your countries you don't get as much opportunities as you would in America. And that's another thing too. That, like what I just said,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people also say, and that's a wrong thing to say because you
Yeah.
don't understand what's happening in their country. You don't know why they're here. So don't just be like, go back to your country
Yeah.
and stay in your country because you think their country is better.
Mm-hmm.
Every place have their own thing going on. You understand? So
Literally. Yeah.
I just say respect people. Respect the human being.
Bottom
We're
line.
all human beings at the end of the day living on planet Earth. Okay?
Yeah.
That's it. Like
Yeah. We all have an expiration date, you know?
let's
We
and we don't own anything.
we don't.
Technically we don't own anything.
When you
Okay?
die, you're not taking anything with you. You're dead.
Exactly.
You're gone.
Exactly. You're renting.
You're
You're
renting.
renting
Yeah. That's a
shit.
good way to look at it. Yeah.
We're on planet Earth.
Yeah.
Not shit belongs to you. It belongs to Mother Nature, okay? You're renting. Even though your money brought it, you're renting. And like you said, you can't take it with you when you die. So,
No. No.
like, be humble, bro. Be humble. I'm
Um,
telling you, it's the power, man.
it
It's
is.
the power. It's the power. It's so crazy how certain individuals feel like they have so much power to treat other individuals disrespectively, like
Yeah. Yeah.
criminals. Like it's wild, but that's what we're living in today. That's what we're
Unfortunately.
living in.
But that's why people like you and I and so many people on this live exist. That's why we're here, having these conversations, hopefully making the world a better place.
And
Maybe
you
not
gotta,
right now, but eventually.
yeah, and you gotta speak. You can't be afraid to stand up for what you believe in. You know.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Even though there's people that's actively trying to take us out, like you still have to speak. You
Yes.
still gotta keep going.
Listen, it's a scary world. When you speak for yourself, you risking your life. You
No, you
understand?
are. You
So
are.
it's like you either gonna be Malcolm or you just gonna be quiet.
That's it. Choose. You gotta choose which one it is. Please
Word.
choose
And a
which one.
lot of people are scared.
Yeah.
It's a interesting world now because like back then you had leaders who weren't afraid like to
Mhm.
speak their mind and to stand up for what they um, believed in, and
Yeah.
now there's just a lot of followers and it's a lot of people being quiet. It's too much quietness, you know. So
I guess it's easier to like just think collectively one way and just follow as opposed to speaking out and like trying to be a truth speaker.
I mean that's the difference. That's the difference between now
Mhm.
and back then. You
Right.
know, because I'm pretty sure they had people who were also afraid to speak, but then you had the people,
Absolutely.
you know,
Yeah.
now it's getting too quiet. It's getting
Mhm.
too quiet. Like, I know we have certain leaders, I guess. Well, I'm not going to say that because I don't know who the leaders are. I don't know who the leaders are, male or woman. I don't know.
Good
Um,
question.
I'm assuming there's someone who's
Mhm.
trying to do something, but I don't know. I gotta do my research, but I don't hear anything. I don't. I
But
don't
that's
hear
what it
it
starts
like
with
that.
doing your research, like you said, which you have been
Yeah,
doing. Yeah.
but
Um, yeah. No, thank
that's
you for this conversation. I really, really enjoyed it. Um, it's been a while since I've been on live, so thank you for being like my first live in like
word.
5 years. It's been a minute.
It's
Yeah.
been five
It's
years.
been like 5 years since I've like gone live, but like I've done other interviews like in person. But yeah.
Oh yeah, because I see on your platform that you're like in person doing
In
the
person,
interview.
yeah. But I really want to talk to you. I'm like, I know I'm not gonna get to be in the city anytime soon, but I was like, this conversation needs to be had because you're
Most
you.
definitely.
Like I
And
just
I
want
love the platform that you started.
thank you,
One
thank you.
Generations, right?
First generationers.
First generations. First
Yeah.
generations. I think it's needed. It's needed, especially for like like us, how we were born here, but
Yeah.
we
We
have
still
culture.
carry the culture on our
It's
back.
crazy, yeah. So
And we
our
love our culture.
voices, our perspectives need to be
Yeah.
shared because it's just as important as our family members back
Oh
home.
yeah, yeah. And to your point, like when you said earlier, like my grandparents, a lot of them passed away, and I didn't get a chance to like sit down with them and talk to them. So this is like my way of kind of filling in the gaps too. Like, all right, let me learn about my culture and like learn about other people too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking forward to seeing some more stuff. Like
You.
your future is bright with this.
Thank
You
you.
gotta keep it going. I know you
I
got a
know.
lot going on, but you gotta keep this going. It's important.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, it's hardly out there. Like nobody is really doing this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I
it's
will.
crazy because my brother wanted to do something like this, but
Mhm.
he's not doing it. My older brother. But I'm happy to see that you still
Yeah.
got this going. So
Thank you.
good for
I
you.
have to. I have to. I feel like God placed so many people like yourself in my life. I'm like, you're creatives, you're culturally just different. Like, why not highlight you guys, you know? So,
Yeah.
yeah. Where can the people find you before we close? Where
They
can
can they can find me on my social platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Yolexia, spelled Yolexia, and on YouTube, Yolexia. I have some more beautiful stuff coming out. I'm working on some new music,
Yeah,
and I'm still doing my thing. You feel me?
absolutely.
It's not the show is going to keep going. It's not going to end until there's no breath in my lungs. So let's keep it going,
Let's
okay?
keep it going. That's the bottom line. Let's keep it going. Hey,
Period.
thank
All
you.
right, Yolanda.
Thank you.
Finally,
Yeah,
we
I
did
know.
this.
Finally, it's been a minute. Oh my gosh.
I can't wait to see you in person. I know you're
I
in
know.
Syracuse.
Yeah,
Hopefully, we get to see each other soon. It's been a minute,
I know.
but
It's been a
I,
while.
and keep doing your dancing. I see you doing your dancing
I
thing.
will. I will. You two keep dancing.
Thank
Listen,
you.
we both are
Thank you.
dancers from heart. Like, just keep going. Don't stop.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And thank you
Yes.
again. All right. I guess I gotta go to work now. Yay.
All right, lovely. Enjoy your
All
day.
right. You too. Bye. Bye, everybody.
Later, everyone.